morning students. In today's lecture we will discuss the concept of risk. For this topic you may refer the book of Dr. R.P. Russell. As we have discussed in our previous videos that the risk means variability in return. It is the variability in return between the actual return and the expected return. When the investor have the expectation for a return but the actual return realized is more than or less than the expected return, it gives birth to the risk. As we have already discussed that risk cannot be eliminated, it can be minimized. इसको हम खत्म नहीं कर सकते, केवल कम कर सकते हैं with the help of diversification and portfolio creation. So before going on that, first we will start with the sources of risk. Sources of risk can be divided into 5 parts. Like the very first one is market risk, second is interest rate risk, third one is inflation or purchasing power risk, next is business risk, and the last one is the financial risk. It is very easy to define any of these two. With the meaning of the risk, you can associate the meaning with the particular type of risk. Like for example, market risk. Market risk is the risk which gives birth to variability in return due to change in market prices. So, interest rate risk will be variability in return due to change in interest rate. Similarly, variability in return due to inflation is inflation risk. Similarly, variability in return due to change in business income is business risk, and also variability in return due to financial factors is financial risk. Now we can discuss these in detail. Like the very first one, market risk. As we define that market risk means variability in return due to change in market prices. These market prices change because investors react differently to different events. These events may be political events, social events, economic events, etc. Due to this reaction, the market price changes and it gives rise to the risk. Next we have interest rate risk. Interest rate risk means variability in return due to change in interest rate. The interest rate is inversely related with the prices of the security. Next we have inflation or purchasing power risk. This already we have discussed earlier. Inflation risk or purchasing power risk means variability in return due to inflation or due to purchasing power. As all of us knows that prices of the commodity rises over a period of time or purchasing power of the investor falls over a period of time. So the risk which arises due to these factors are the inflation risk. The investor is concerned that his investment value is maintained over a period of time in order to face the inflationary situation. Next we have business risk. Business risk means variability in return due to change in business income. Business income may be changed due to several factors. Next we have financial risk. For financial risk we will refer to the capital structure. The capital structure is made up of equity and debt. So, higher is the proportion of debt in the capital structure of the company, it will give rise to the financial risk. So, these are the various sources of risk which accounts for the total risk of the investor. Next, we will discuss the types of risk. Types of risk can be divided into 2 parts. One is systematic risk, another one is unsystematic risk. Systematic risk जिसे हम non diversifiable risk भी बोलते हैं because this is common to all firms and this is uncontrollable. That's why this cannot be minimized with the help of diversification. The first 3 elements of sources of risk are included in systematic risk, like market risk, interest rate risk, and inflation risk. Whereas the unsystematic risk is the risk which is particular to a firm and can be controlled. That's why this is also known as diversifiable risk because this can be reduced with the help of diversification. And last two elements of sources of risk falls under this category, that is business risk and financial risk, as these are firm specific risks. This systematic and unsystematic risk can be shown with the help of a diagram. On x-axis we have taken the number of securities, on y-axis we have taken the risk. This line shows the systematic risk because it shows that whatever is the number of securities, आप कितना भी डाइवर्सिफिकेशन करें, सिस्टमैटिक रिस्क हमें बियर करना ही पड़ेगा. जबकि ये जो डाउनवर्ड फॉलिंग लाइन है, इट शोज दी अनसिस्टमैटिक रिस्क. ये बताती है कि जैसे जैसे हम नंबर ऑफ सिक्योरिटीज ऐड करेंगे, डाइवर्सिफिकेशन करेंगे, वैसे वैसे हमारा अनसिस्टमैटिक रिस्क कम होता चला जाएगा. सिस्टमैटिक और अनसिस्टमैटिक रिस्क दोनों को मिलाकर के हमारा बनता है टोटल रिस्क. So this is about the concept of risk. In this we have discussed the meaning of risk, sources of risk, types of risk.